Culture affects the decision-making process. Cultural beliefs can affect how a patient will seek care and from whom, how he or she will manage self-care, how he will make health choices, and how she might respond to a specific therapy.
Cultural identity cannot be maintained, it changes because we learn new things which alter our beliefs. This has a ripple-through effect on everything, but though this is a sign of a healthy society that can understand and address a constantly changing world. To attempt to freeze it in time requires controlling thoughts and behaviors. This deprives us of both our freedom and our essential humanity, but consider societies that try and control thoughts to be deeply inhuman.
Culture exists to unite a society. It's a set of believers and rules that turn a society possible. But it doesn't mean that a society has just one culture. Mainly in big and modern societies, there is a main culture and many subcultures. It happens that some of those subcultures could produce some clashes. Those clashes are one of the way that produce cultural changes over the time and space. As long the main culture keeps accepted by social majority, the main role is to unite. If not, we could see that some divisions work to overcome the basic and previous unity.
I think traditions describe a group's beliefs and behaviors that are passed down from one generation to another. Culture describes the shared characteristics of the entire group, which has been amassed throughout its history.
The term diversity refers to the differences between individual members of a team that can exist on various dimensions like age, nationality, religious background, functional background or task skills, sexual orientation, and political preferences. Among others, diversity can impact performance, team member satisfaction or the innovative capacity of a team.
Gender roles in society means how we're expected to act, speak, dress, groom, and conduct ourselves based upon our assigned sex. For example, girls and women are generally expected to dress in typically feminine ways and be polite, accommodating, and nurturing.
Cultural beliefs shape social norms and values surrounding the aging process and the role of older people. These beliefs about aging are not static, they shift and change as society evolves. Like other social groups, such as women or African Americans, myths have emerged and, over time, had become part of the social fabric. These aging myths, which form the basis for stereotypes, create a limited social perspective on older people, and, as a consequence, older people are thought of and treated as if they are all the same. However, these myths are socially constructed, which means they can be challenged. Social work values stress the importance of social justice for those who are vulnerable and oppressed, and older adults are among those groups that can be at risk. Thus, it is important to confront the aging myths that we have been socialized to believe. Because these myths and stereotypes have a direct, negative impact on older people in terms of receiving services or opportunities within society. Becoming more self-aware about how these ideas are limiting our conception of older people can facilitate change. Traditions represent a critical piece of our culture. They help form the structure and foundation of our families and our society. They remind us that we are part of a history that defines our past, shapes who we are today and who we are likely to become. Once we ignore the meaning of our traditions, we're in danger of damaging the underpinning of our identity. It contributes to a sense of comfort and belonging. It brings families together and enables people to reconnect with friends. It reinforces values, such as freedom, faith, integrity, a good education, personal responsibility, a strong work ethic, NBSP, and the value of being selfless. It offers an excellent context for meaningful pause and reflection. As leaders, role models, and parents, we must strive to utilize every opportunity available to us to reinforce the values and beliefs that we hold dear. The alternative to action is taking these values for granted. The result is that our beliefs will get so diluted, over time, that our way of life will become foreign to us. It's like good health. You may take it for granted until you lose it. If we disregard our values, we'll open our eyes one day and won't be able to recognize our world anymore. The values that support the backbone of our country, our family, and our faith will have drifted for so long that the fabric of our society will be torn.